The camera is now correctly plugged to the Raspberry Pi board. Let's now take some photos with Python. Okay, and before that, we just need to enable the camera on the Raspberry Pi operating system. So now the Raspberry Pi has boot, you are back on the desktop. I'm gonna show you how to enable with the menu here and also from the terminal. So you go to Preferences here, Raspberry Pi configuration. You go on Interfaces and you can see camera here. So if it's disabled, you click on Enable. Okay, it's already enabled for me, and you click on OK. Then if you want to use the terminal, you can also do sudo raspi-config, okay, press enter and go to interface options. So that's basically the same menu just from the terminal. You click on camera, enter. Would you like the camera interface to be enabled? Yes. Okay, is enabled. Okay. And then right arrow to go to select and finish, press enter, and the camera is enabled. So if the camera was previously disabled, or if you just want to make sure it's working, just do a sudo reboot, press enter, and let's just wait a few seconds. So here I'm using VNC, okay? So I'm just waiting that the Raspberry Pi is gonna boot again, and the VNC client is gonna connect automatically to the Raspberry Pi again. Okay, and now we are sure that the camera is correctly enabled and that we can use it. So let's open Thonny Python IDE so we can write some Python code. And let's start with this line. Okay, so we give the interpreter as Python 3. And then, well, there is a Python module that is already installed on Raspberry Pi OS. And you're gonna do from PyCamera. So this is the PyCamera module. And you're going to do, so from PyCamera, all lowercase, import PyCamera like this with P uppercase, C uppercase. And then what we are going to do is we are going to create a camera, okay, from PyCamera like this with parentheses. And from that camera object here, we will be able to take some photos, and we can add some settings, for example, camera.resolution. So this is a quite important setting. And let's give, for example, 1080 by 720. Okay, so this is a HD photo. For the resolution, make sure you give a tuple like this, okay, with parentheses. And then, well, we need to choose where we want to save the photos actually. So let's open File Manager here. And well, we are in our home directory here. Maybe we could create a camera folder. So instead of just creating a camera folder here, let's do from the Python code. So we are going to do import OS, and then let's provide image folder name is equal to /home/pi. Okay, this is where we are here, and then /camera. Then we're gonna check if this folder doesn't exist, then we are going to create it. So if not, os.path.exists. Okay, this is how to check that something exists. If it doesn't exist, we do os.mkdir, like in the terminal, with the image folder name. Okay, so if we run that, this is gonna create a camera folder here the first time, and then the second time it's gonna skip it because it already exists. Okay, and then let's do a time.sleep2. Okay, so why is that? Let's do first import time because we use time here. So why is that? Simply because the camera needs a bit of time to adjust to the luminosity. Okay, so if you want to have a correct picture when you take the picture, make sure you wait at least, let's say, 2 seconds. Okay, so you create the camera, you set the settings, you create the folder, and you wait for 2 seconds, and then you can take a photo. So in order to take a photo, we need to provide a file name, okay? So let's do image file name is equal to, so let's use the image folder name and let's add, so slash, let's name it new image.jpg, okay? We are going to use this extension. And then you can do camera, so the camera we have created here, dot capture image file name. Let's now run that code. So we save it as, let's say, test camera, press enter, and okay, you can see now the program has run. We have not printed anything, okay? We could have printed some log here to say that we have actually taken a photo. And you can see here on this file manager, we have a new folder camera. I go on the camera folder and we have a new image. And well, that's the current image. So actually it's quite dark in here. I'm gonna turn on the light and let's take the photo again. Okay, so let's wait just 2 seconds. Maybe we can add a print here. Print take photo. Okay, so we can see. Okay, it's better. Take photo, so we know when we have the photo. Let's just check the photo again. So you can see that actually when you take a photo with a file name, it's gonna replace any other photo that was taken before with the same file name, okay? And you can see, well, that's a photo. And we have one problem here is that the photo is upside down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a new setting here, which is camera.rotation is equal to 180 degrees. So this depends actually on the photo you see. Okay, if you see the photo is upside down, then you can use this setting. And then if you change the position of the camera, you can just adjust this to make sure that you have a correct image. So let's take the photo again. Take photo, and now the photo is correctly orientated. One thing I'm gonna do also now is to test a different resolution. Because, well, when you take a photo with a big resolution like this, so this is not the biggest, but it's quite big, then let's say here you see the file is 562 kilobytes, okay? So 500 kilobytes. Now let's take a photo with 640 and 480. So this is a lower resolution. Let's name it new image 2. Okay, so we can have the image on the side. Let's run again the same photo. Okay, and let's check this image. Okay, the resolution is smaller, as you can see, but we still see clearly. And now the photo is just 200 kilobytes. So we have 500 and we went from 500 to 200 kilobytes. And this is quite important, okay, because then when we take photo and we send photos to the internet, it's better actually to try to have a size that is quite small. So it goes faster and it doesn't take too much space. All right, and that's pretty much it from now for the camera. We are going to come back to it in the following practice activities and also in the final project of the course.